and gentlemen, without any further ado, put your hands together. This is the comedian supposed to come on stage now. Put your hands together, make some noise. Mr. Sam Butler, ladies and gentlemen!
I get introduced twice because I'm half as funny as everybody else. Yeah, I know. Chris has let himself go since Gwyneth took the kids. Set that one. Nice to meet everybody. Well, I mean, that's just a formality, obviously. I mean, in a group this size, there will statistically be five Daily Mail readers, 4-bedroom DJs, and a racist. It's not a witch hunt, but if I was a betting man, it does look a little bit kind of Middle England over here. I always feel like with those demographics, I'm kind of splitting hairs. I should just say 10 cunts, shouldn't I? On the hair, by the way, now don't be deceived, I am neither ginger nor Jewish. And if I were, I definitely wouldn't have survived secondary school. I went to an all-boys grammar school in Gloucestershire in the mid-90s when boy bands were at their peak and the blonde curtain look was in. And yeah, I was fucked. But I did attempt it. What I would do is I would bend over the sink and soak my hair like that, and then I would plaster it down with half a tub of that luminous Happy Shopper hair gel. You know, the stuff that looked like it give you fucking Gulf War syndrome? And it would be all right until it dried, and then I would just have these two kind of shredded wheat on the side of my head like that. But the only time that I actually had my hair bleached was when two guys from the year below shoved my head down the toilet. Bending me over like a couple of prison rapists, pushing my head into the fetid blue water underneath. And when that dried, I had a blue afro and stank of piss for about a week afterwards. I looked like a disgraced children's entertainer. Cocodamol the clown. So throughout this kind of Lord of the Flies-esque schooling, there was one person who helped get me through it. Now, I grew up with the benefit of a single mother. That's some benefit of a single mother. These guys down here sharpening their pitchforks. We funded this performance tonight. My mother's a wonderful woman. I'm very close to her. She's one of the cleverest people I've ever met. And she always knows, you know, what to say to make me feel better. And one occasion springs to mind in particular. So I'd been seeing this girl for a little while, and I was really into her. And after a while, I decided to have the chat. And it didn't go my way. And she said, look, you know, I'm just not on the lookout for a relationship at the moment. You know that line that you give someone when you fuck them for a bit and now you couldn't give a shit if they were dead or alive? Yeah, that. So I did what any grown man does in that situation, and I rang my mother. And she went, oh, darling, I'm sorry. Oh, you must feel terrible. But, you know, it's not that she wouldn't want a relationship, she just didn't want one with you. Thanks, Mum. Don't sugarcoat it. Tell me what you really think. Oh, look, well, I could tell from the start that she was like that. She had it written all over her. You never even fucking met her. Well, I've been around the block a few times and I can tell a wrong un when I see one. Right, so presumably this sixth sense developed after you'd had not one but two kids with my alcoholic deadbeat shanty Irish father. Well, Sam, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's probably why she dumped you. I said, for fuck's sake, man, why don't you just tell me that I probably got a small dick as well? She said, oh, I doubt that, darling. It was the one thing your dad had going for him. Oh, just on every level. Oh, your mother having tacit knowledge of the size of your cock. Oh, Jesus. So I grew up in a... Makes it go back inside. So I grew up in a small town called Stroud in Gloucestershire. Some of you may have heard of it, or even been there, or done time in a South American prison with somebody from there. Yeah. How much cocaine can you fill up your ass? Stroud is the birthplace and home of the poet and author Laurie Lee, who wrote Cider with Rosie. But the most poetic thing I've ever seen there involving cider was a guy holding a bottle of White Lightning screaming after his girlfriend, I fucking love you, you slag. Because that's the thing about growing up in the sticks. It gives you a nicely rounded view of, you know, the role of women in modern society. Now, let's have a quick show of hands. How many women here have been paid less than their male colleagues for the same job? Fuck, we're doing all right in here, aren't we? How many women here have been groped on public transport in London before? Fair enough. Yeah. And how many women here have been patronised by a man in the last week? That means they talk down to you, my love. There had to be someone, sorry. So, it might surprise you to know that the industry with the greatest level of gender inequality is terrorism. And that's because suicide bombers, your kind of customer-facing terrorists, have the biggest pay gap of all. Men get 72 virgins, and women get a gang of 72 chain-wanking Xbox fanatics. I mean, what is any woman going to do with 72 virgins? 72 guys who can't find their clitoris and come after 10 seconds. So there's one thing that really pisses me off, and that's the double standard when it comes to sex. You know, guy shags around, he's a stallion. Woman shags around, she's a slag or a slut or any of the other identifying words that we use. And you basically can't win. It's if you shag a guy on a first date, you're a slag, but if you don't, you're frigid and just after a free meal. You basically can't win with these Neanderthals, which is a shame, as we make quite good boyfriends. If you're into being told what to wear and belittled in public. And anyway, I slept with every single one of my ex-girlfriends on the first date. You know, and obviously we're not together anymore. That's but not for that reason. It was always to do with something much more kind of, you know, common, which is that, you know, when one person is, you know, kind of really sexually unfulfilled and the other just won't do anything about it. But anyway, I've tried to up my game since then, so if anyone fancies a enthusiastic but disappointing shag after the show, I'll just be standing by the bar. Thanks very much, guys, you've been great.